If you want to join your Dutch partner to live in the Netherlands, you need to pass basic civil integration examination abroad in your own country, which has A1 level. In this video, I'm going to show you different part of the exam and what you need to know about it. My name is Soma and welcome to Dutchresidency. One of the important documents you need to provide while applying for the MBB visa is this paper. This is the certificate that proves you passed the exam, and it's actually quite informative. So let's start by checking different parts and see what do they mean. As you see, in order to pass the exam, you need to get the score in three different parts of the exam. So when you apply for only one exam, actually you get results for three parts. And there are some interesting stuff about it because, for example, you can apply for the parts separately. I do not recommend it because it's not that difficult, this exam. We usually do it for the passport exam when the level is higher. It's a good thing, but this one is quite easy. So I do not recommend to do it one by one unless you really struggle to pass. But as you see, you even pay for the different parts separately. I have a video about that. I put the link of it here around. But if you don't know about those, you check that one separately. But there are three parts in this exam. First part is the spreekvaardigheid or spreken. The second one is the leesvaardigheid or the reading. So the first one is speaking, reading, and then kennis, which is the knowledge of Dutch society. So we need to get the score higher than the threshold they need to pass the exam in each separate part. So in case someone cannot pass one part, you need to apply for only that part again, and that is possible, which is a good thing. So you don't need to apply for all the parts. If you really struggle with the exam, you also can only target one and apply only for that part of the exam. So for example, a lot of people apply only for kindness and spreken, for example, first, and then next time go for the lezen. But this is only, it only makes sense if you have an embassy, for example, in your own city, if you're really chill or you're not in rush. But other than that, it's not really recommended. Okay, let's go to the first part. First part is spreekvaardigheid or spreken, which is the speaking. This part is actually quite easy in my opinion, but in some people's opinion, this is the most difficult part. If you have a mother tongue that is quite close to Dutch language, you don't have a hard time passing this one. Even if you have good English level, which probably you have if you watch this video for yourself, but if you watch it for your partner and they're not very good in English, maybe it can be a little bit challenging because the accent is quite important for this level. And you see one question in two different forms that I will explain in a second, but you need to record your voice saying one or two words, and then it stays on the computer. And that will be your answer to this part. I will show you some examples very soon, but the whole part of Spreken is also 30 minutes. And so the Spreken part, as I said, has two different parts. I put the number 1 here and then the next one 1, which is the first part of it. The first part, the name is Vraag Antwoord, and yeah, this is the name I chose from the website themselves. I hope it makes sense. And please do comment if I explain it proper or not. I just have a hard time explaining the stuff I want you to know, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it proper or not. I hope you get it. So anyway, the first part has 12 questions. In this part, as you see in the picture, a video will be played and the video is asking one question and you need to record your answer, which is one or two words. This could be very difficult, but luckily these 12 questions are almost all from the file we have. So in this file, it's around 80 questions, and you need to remember this. And the question in the exam is very, very similar to the material. So because we have the source, it's not that difficult, and we can work with you. It's also available free on my YouTube channel. You can practice on it, and you can prepare. The best way to pass this exam in an efficient way is to focus on the sample exams, and the source that I mentioned is available. By the way, it's available by END themselves. It's official. They only publish the questions, and then teachers like me or other schools We translated all the text, we provided some answers for it, and it's available on YouTube for everybody. So these documents are even free available for everyone. There is one video that I provided that I will put the link in the description, and the name of the video is 1-1, which is the first part, which is spreken, and then the first part of the question is Sprachantwort, and then the other one means the learning material. So you watch this one, it has the question, it has the translation in English, and it also has the possible answers. So you need to watch this video multiple times and then go to remember the answers, and then go to the next video, which is 1-1-2, and that is includes only the questions, and you need to answer it. And this is the way to practice for the exam and prepare. This was the whole first part. Honestly, if you just watch these two files I put here, but they're long files, it's not like short stuff. They're long, each video is few hours, but if you just put effort in these two videos properly, the first part is covered. I promise that all our students pass like this, and you don't even need a long time to actually learn it, because it's up to the point, it only repeats in the exam, and it's amazing. The second part of the spreken is aanvulzinnen, which this is a part that you will see a question. As you see in the text, you will see the text. So it will be a voice played, but there is also under the picture, there is the text. So you don't need to understand by only hearing, you see the question. So that makes it much easier for you. And then at the end of the question, it's a blank space, and you need to record your voice. If you see here, you know that green button, you press that, you record your voice, and you say 1 or 2 words in order to fill in the whole sentence. For the second part, also we have the source. It's the material is available again from ENA. Therefore, you just need. It's a long file. It's few hundred, and it's updated recently. So this video I'm recording is after the last change from 1st July 2024. This is the updated version. And yeah, I put the link of this one as well. We have 2 mega videos again. One, which is spreken, aanvulzinnen learning, which is 1-1. The link is in the description. In this video, you can see all the questions with translation, with possible answers, that you can choose the one that is easier for you to pronounce or remember, etc. For that, say it multiple times and then go to the next video. In this video, you only see the question and there is no answer, so you can check yourself and see if you remember it. If you do again this video, the whole spreken part is covered. So that is the reason I say spreken is not that difficult, because we have the resources, we translate everything, all the answers are there. The only important thing is your accent. You should focus on the answer to be correct, easy, simple, and your accent be understandable by a Dutch person. Okay, this slide is kind of a summary of the whole spreken part. I put myself here in the picture so you can take a picture, take a screenshot of it, so you remember. Okay, we go back to the diploma. First part, spreken, is covered. The second part is lezen, or reading. Oh my god, this is a difficult part. A lot of people are struggling with it. They changed it from 2023 and they really made it, I don't want to say difficult or challenging, but they made it closer to the level of true A1, because previously it was not. It was very simple. But now, as you see in this picture, this is a picture of the sample exam that you will see in the at the embassy or the place you take your exam. It will be some text at the top, and from each text you have few questions. And then you press on the question, you have one text in the left side, and then in the right side you have different questions from the same text. Usually from each text you have you have 2 or 3 questions, and you have to choose between the options A, B, C. And this is quite challenging, because you need to know a lot of words in order to understand and grab the text and what does it mean, and then choose the answer according to that. The easy thing about this part is that you need to only select the option, so you don't need to, for example, worry about your accent or those stuff. You don't need to be able to pronounce the word. It's just enough if you can understand and translate it. But yeah, still it's not that easy. One good thing is that there is also no negative point. So in case you are in doubt of choosing the answer or not, always choose. The other points that can be useful is that this part of the exam is 35 minutes, and please do remember that 35 minutes is slightly short for this part. So I hear a lot of students struggling with the timing. So have an eye on timing. When you're practicing, take time, consider it, because maybe you are very slow and then that will backfire. And the number of questions is usually around 19, 20, 21 can also be, because from each text we have 2 or 3 questions, and you need to have around 70% of it correct in order to pass. The challenge with lezen is that the source is not available, unfortunately. In order to prepare for this part of the exam, any material that is good for A1 Dutch level is actually useful. So you can just learn a lot of words, doesn't matter from which source. The Naar Nederland book workbook is one of the resources you can use in order to prepare for this part of exam. Also, you can use our material. We have a lot of material for this part. Some of them are from materials that are available on YouTube, or they're just free everywhere. Some of them are books that you can buy. And also we have a library that includes a lot of other files from other schools, other teachers. It's all with their own names. So we just have them because it's useful and amazing content. And you can also download them from our place. And if you need, you can go to their website or buy or shop their other products. And yeah, so with this part, you are quite flexible to improve just your Dutch general knowledge, and it will be helpful. My favorite part, kindness or knowledge of Dutch society. In this part, as you see in the picture, which is the sample of the exam, you will see a question, you will hear a voice asking one question. The pictures are similar to the source, so it will not change. That's the important thing. Even the order of the answer is not going to change. And then in the right side, you see a question, and then you need to choose one of the answers. This is very, very interesting because you need to only choose, so you don't need to say anything, nothing to worry about. You have 30 minutes to answer this part. Well, actually, 30 minutes is way too much. You can probably finish it in half of this time. And the number of questions is 30, which they choose it from the source that's available. The source is 100 questions with the pictures, with translation, with everything. And then from that one, 30 of the questions exactly come in the exam. Where to find the resource? Here it is. I have these 2 videos. The first video, which the third part I named as kindness. The third part, you need 2 videos for it to prepare for it. First one is this video that I put the link of it in the description as the name of 3.1. And this is the questions with the translation in English, so you understand what it's actually asking. Even though some people only look at the picture and remember the answer, I do not recommend it, because knowing it is always helpful, and also help your reading, help your understanding. You learn a lot of Dutch words, so it's always good to understand it and put a bit of more effort on it, because it's the easy part. It's really interesting. It also helps you general knowledge about Dutch society. So just put a bit of effort in watching this video, the one for learning, a few times, and then when you feel you're ready, or when you're closer to the exam, go to the second video that also the link is in the description, and it will ask it in the format of the question, which is no translation, not even the question. Yeah, there is a question. You see the picture, there is a question, and then you should choose, is it, for example, yes or no, or is it like any of the options. And yeah, then you're ready. Hopefully, after listening to my video, you can get your certificate of the exam as soon as possible. Let me know if you could pause. Let me know if you have any question in the comment section. And please, please give me feedback, share, subscribe, and hope to see you in other videos. Bye.